Everything was so sudden. We were originally supposed to leave September 1st or maybe August 31st. We thought that the Taliban wouldn't come to Kabul until well after U.S. troops were gone.
I really wanted to get out of there, right, for a long time. And this was because of COVID, mostly. So, COVID happened, we're there, and then the war was supposed to end back in May. Then it was postponed until August or September. Oh, okay, we'll stay then. So it just kept being extended incrementally, until it just ended up being 19 months. And yeah, I was ready for a vacation. But those last few days, I didn't want to go, because that was like history unfolding.
A week and a half ago, they took their first provincial capital, and then in a week they had almost all of them. It was incredibly fast. I remember life seemed to be, going downhill, but normal. We went, me and my Afghan colleague, we went to a zoo in Kabul because I'd always wanted to go. Everyone just seemed to be having fun, strolling around, looking at the monkeys, eating ice creams. Yeah, but then that night, the second and third largest cities in Afghanistan fell, and I think that's when people decided, like, this is real.
It took us by surprise, really. I don't think anyone was expecting it. On August 12th, they said, okay, let's go, and look for a flight.
I tried booking a commercial flight, and almost all the flights that I had been looking at just a few hours ago, or a few hours earlier, they were all gone. There was a few flights left for a couple $1,000s, and then I called a couple of people saying, like, hey, what other options are there? I reloaded the page, and those flights were gone too. The earliest flight was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday were all sold out. So I bought one for Wednesday. Phil, my coworker, could only get one for Friday. But the Taliban kept getting, stronger and stronger. So we asked the embassy, like, hey, can you guys get us out? We're out here in town. They said, sure. Come on the embassy.
Still at that time, we didn't expect the Taliban to be in power so soon. They're in power now. This was just a precaution.
We Thursday and Friday, we're talking to the embassy, saying, like, all right, hey, get us out here. This is how many bags we got. This is what we're hoping to do. Saturday, we're doing all the final things. We're packing things. We're saying goodbyes. We get to the embassy around 6 p.m. and they said, okay, cool. Go to sleep, we're going out in the morning. The embassy has this massive compound. It's like, it was the nicest hotel rooms I've been in a long time. Like, holy crap, the embassy was millions and millions of dollars. Like, so many diplomats came there. They brought us to these hotel rooms basically, and they're like, all right, sleep overnight, we're going in the morning. And then a few hours later, like, never mind, we have to go tonight, get your body armor, leave the keys in the door.
My friends were calling, your parents were calling, everyone is a bit concerned. It seemed fine there though, like there wasn't, at that moment, kind of calm. But then when she called us and told us that, actually we're leaving tonight. So by that, we were leaving the embassy to go to the airport. So I said, be downstairs at 9:30, and when we get to 9:30, and there was hundreds of people there. And they were telling people we were talking to, the embassy staff, saying, oh, they just told us an hour ago that we have to leave the country for good.
Basically, the rest of the night was just lining up for helicopters. We got into Chinook, and the embassy is maybe, a few miles, maybe 2 miles away from the airport, the international airport. But it's been for years too dangerous to go down those 2 miles. So everyone had an aerial bridge of I think 17, 18 helicopters all in a row, just flying in, flying out, getting people and bringing them to the airport. And once we got there, the flight got moved back.
They took us into a room and all the lights were off, and they're like, okay, find a place to sleep. And we're like, what? And everyone's just sleeping on the floor. I think we ended up being there for like 21 hours or a long time.
So we basically, passed out, woke up, and when we got out, we saw that there was plumes of black smoke everywhere. If we didn't know what it was, we were like, is there like some sort of, like, what are these fires, Because we were at a part of the airport that we'd never been to. Like, this is a part of the international airport. It's not for like normal commercial travelers. It's like the military side. And it turns out that, they were burning as many things as possible, like sensitive, like documents, things with people's names on it. We were loading onto this big old Boeing jet plane, and I remember we were, it was around, like the sun was like, pretty intense that time, so everything looked incredibly orange and saturated in orange. And as I was walking towards the airplane, in front of me, beyond the airplane, there was like a black plume of smoke. Beyond that was Kabul and the mountains. To the right, there was like some attack helicopters, and also to the right, there was like this formation of bomb-sniffing dogs and their handlers, just a whole bunch of them just walking together because they were also being evacuated. In fact, those those working dogs actually, they got on the plane as well. I was, I was in the middle seat, I guess, in like the middle row, and in front of me there was a big old German Shepherd or something.
I didn't even really want to leave on the plane when we left, I know the editors wanted to get us out for our safety, but I mean, I think after being there so long, you kind of want to stay and report on the biggest event that's happening in maybe the whole war.